Hello, welcome back. So now in this part, we will solve two examples to understand the concept of bending stress. So here we have the first example. So in this, it says a steel plate of width 60 mm and of thickness 10 mm is bent into a circular arc of radius 10 meter. Determine the maximum stress induced and the bending moment or moment of resistance which will produce the maximum stress. And in this, the value of E, which is the Young's modulus of elasticity, is given, which is 2 into 10 raised to power 5 Newton per mm square. So here, after reading the problem, our first step is to make the diagram. So first, we will try to make the diagram of according to the problem. So here we have a steel plate, and the cross-sectional dimension of the steel plate is given, which is 60 mm, and the thickness of the plate is 10 mm. So here we will try to make the diagram. For example, say this is a plate and the thickness of the plate is also given. Now, this is the thickness, which is 10 mm, and this is the width. Length of the plate is not given, so that may not be necessary in our calculation. So the width of plate is 60 mm. Now this plate is bent. It says the plate is bent, something like this. The plate is bent, and therefore because it is bent, so it will have an imaginary circle. Say imaginary circle center is there, and the arc, I mean this plate is actually converted into an arc of the circle. So if we measure it from the neutral axis of the plate, so that is 10 meter. So which means a radius of curvature for this steel plate arc is given, which is 10 meter. So we have the given data as the cross-sectional dimension of the plate. So here I am making the plate cross-section. So this is 60 mm and this is 10 mm, which is given here. And the neutral axis, because it is rectangular in section, so the neutral axis will pass through the centroid of the rectangle. So I will name this as, sorry, sorry. So here the neutral axis is there, and yes, so this is the neutral axis. Now we have made the diagram. We will see what is the data which is given. Which is given already here. So here the data is cross-sectional dimension of the plate, and radius of curvature is given, and the value of E is also given. Now we have to see what we have to find out here. So here we have to find out the maximum stress induced in the plate. So maximum stress, which means we have to find out the F value, and also because of this stress, what is the maximum bending moment or moment of resistance induced because of this maximum stress. So it means we have to find out F and we have to find out M or MR. So because both are same, so either we calculate M or MR, both will be same. So here, how do we do that? So we know the bending equation. Bending equation is M by I, F by Y, E upon R. So now if we want to find out the value of F, so we can find out this value by taking these two terms. So F can be calculated as Y by R into E. So here we have the R value, we have the E value. We only need to find out the value of Y. Now, what is Y? Because we are asked to calculate maximum stress. So which means we have to find out F max. And F max, you can see here, it is directly proportional to the value of Y. So F max will be maximum when the Y will be maximum. And we know that Y is the distance between the neutral axis and the point where we have to find out the stress. So maximum stress in this cross section will occur at the extreme fiber, at the top fiber and at the bottom fiber. So the distance from neutral axis to the top fiber, this will be our Y. Whether we measure it from the top fiber or from the bottom fiber, it will be same. So the total thickness of the plate is 10 mm. So here Y will become 10 by 2, which becomes 5 mm. So here we are able to find out the value of Y, and R value is already given, E value is given. So we can find out F with this relation. Now, once we find out the value of F, then to find out the value of M, we can take these two terms, and with the help of this, we can calculate the value of M as F into I by Y. So in this, F is known, Y is known, I needs to be calculated. Now I is what? I is the moment of inertia about the neutral axis. So moment of inertia of this cross section about the neutral axis. So we know about the neutral axis, it will be, say, if I name this as B and the thickness as T. So moment of inertia about neutral axis, it will be BT cube by 12. So with this, we can calculate the value of I, and after calculating this value, we can put the value in this formula and we are able to find out value of M also. So this is the process that we are going to follow to solve this example. So now I have already solved this problem. So here we have the given data, which is 60 mm. Okay, once first I will erase some part. So here we have the solution of this numerical. So we have the given data in the form of cross-sectional dimension of the plate and moment of inertia we can easily calculate, which is BT cube by 12. So what we can do is we can calculate I value first, and it is BT cube by 12. So B value is 60, T is 10. So putting the value, we get the moment of inertia as 5000 mm to the power 4. Similarly, we can find out the value of, R value is already given, which is 10 meter, but we can convert this value into mm because all dimension or all the units, all the dimensions should be in the same units. So now using the relation, we can find out the value of F as I just explained. So putting the value of E, R, and Y, we can calculate the value of F. And Y is, as I said, that stress will be maximum when Y is maximum. And we know that Y will be maximum at the top layer and the bottom layer. So I have made the diagram earlier also. So this is the cross section of our plate, which is having 10 mm thickness. And this is the neutral axis. And this is the width. Width is 60 mm. Okay. So here we are supposed to calculate the Y value. So Y value will be maximum when we measure from the neutral axis to the topmost layer or the bottom layer. Both will be same. So here Y is actually the T by 2, which is the thickness by 2, and that becomes 5 mm. So putting this value in the above relation, we get the maximum stress as 100 Newton per mm square. So here all the values are in Newton per mm square. This is in mm and this is in mm. So this is how we calculate the maximum stress in the beam. maximum stress in the plate. Now next we have to find out the uh, moment or moment of resistance. So using this relation here, we get all the values. So M is ER into I. So we can calculate with this also, even we can calculate with this relation also, because here also we know the value of F, Y and I. Similarly, we can use this relation. In this we already know E, R and I. So we can use both the term to calculate the value of M, which will be same for both the case. So here, taking this, putting all the values here, we get the M value as 100 into 10 raised to power 3 Newton mm. Or we can write this as 100 Newton meter. So we can convert this mm into meter. So 10 raised to power 3 mm is equivalent to meter. So that becomes 100 Newton meter. So this is how we calculate the value. So in this example, we were supposed to find out maximum stress and bending moment. So both of these value is calculated, which concludes our solution. Now taking another example, here in this example, there is a rectangular beam and the cross section of beam is given 100 mm deep and 75 mm wide, and it is simply supported over a span of 6 meters. So the length of beam is also given, and UDL of, the beam is carrying UDL, which is 4000 Newton per meter over the whole span. In this, what we have to do is we have to find out maximum bending stress developed in the section at support. So here we have to find out bending moment at the supports, maximum bending stress at support, maximum bending stress at 1.5 meter from the supports, and mid span of the beam. So basically we have to find out maximum bending stress at 3 locations in the beam. So now we have read the problem. Now we will try to make the diagram. So here we have the rectangular beam, and the cross-sectional dimension of beam and length of beam is already given. So we will try to make that. So say, for example, this is the beam. And the depth of beam is also given. Say this is the beam. And this dimension is given, which is 75 mm wide. And this is the depth of the beam, which is 100 mm. And also the effective span. Effective span is also given, which means this dimension. And this dimension is 6 meter. So this beam is resting on some support from here also. So this is actually taken from here. And this beam is also carrying a UDL. So UDL is carried by this beam, and the intensity of this UDL is 4000 Newton per meter. Okay. So basically we have made the diagram by reading the problem. Now here we have to find out maximum bending stress at supports at this location and at midspan, which means at the center of the beam, and at 1.5 meter from the support. So basically we have to find out maximum bending stress at support and at a distance of 1.5 meter and at a distance of midspan. So basically we have to find out at from the zero distance from the support, and at 1.5 meter from the support, and at 3 meter from the support. So basically in this we are supposed to find out maximum bending stress, and maximum bending stress is F. So how do we find out this F value? So again, writing the bending equation, which is M by I, F by Y, E by R. So here, I think this term will not be used because in the question, E and R both are missing. So we will not be using this term. So we will simply use these two terms to calculate the value of F. Now, F can be written as uh, M into Y by I. Now we also know that Z is equals to I by Y. What is Z? Z is section modulus. So we can find out stress with the calculation of Z also. So we can write this as M by Z. So basically we have the simple formula in the for the F value. F is equals to M by Z. M is the bending moment and Z is the section modulus. So what we will do is we will find out bending moment at zero distance from the support, at 1.5 meter from the support, and at midspan. And we will simply put that value in this formula. And we will also try to calculate the Z value in this case. Now, if we see the cross section of this beam, which is 75 mm width and 100 mm depth. So for this, we know Z is I by Y. Neutral axis of the beam will be somewhere here. So I here is the moment of inertia about neutral axis and Y is the distance from neutral axis to the extreme fiber, because maximum bending stress will occur at the topmost fiber and the lowermost fiber. So in this case, Y value will be this one. So if we consider this depth as D and 75 mm width as B, so ultimately we can calculate Z value as I is BD cube by 12. And what will be the value of Y? Y is measured from neutral axis to the topmost fiber. So Y here will be D by 2. So D by 2. So solving this, we get the Z value as BD square by 6. So we have the value of B, we have the value of D. We can simply calculate the value of Z. And once we calculate the value, we can put that here in this formula to calculate the value of F for different value of M. So this is the process that we are going to follow here. And now I will erase some of the text to see the solution. So now we will see the solution. So in the solution, we have the given data in the form of cross-sectional dimension of the beam. And yes, we know maximum bending stress will be at the extreme fiber, that is D by 2 distance from the NA, which is this one. So maximum stress. And now we can calculate the section modulus also. Section modulus is BD square by 6. So putting the value of B and D in the formula, we get the value of Z, which is section modulus as 125,000 mm cube. So here also we know that beam is carrying the UDL. So the reaction at both the point will be same because it is symmetrically loaded. So the total UDL will be 4,000 multiplied by 6, which becomes 24,000 Newton. And the reaction on both end will be half of that. So 24,000 divided by 2 on both the end. So reaction will be same. RA and RB will be same, which is total load divided by 2. And that will be 12,000 Newton. So now we know the reaction also, which is 12,000 Newton at this end and 12,000 Newton at this end. Now, this reaction is very important because we want to calculate bending moment at 0 distance from the support, and at 1.5 meter from the support, and at mid span. So now the next thing is to calculate the bending moment. So first we will find out bending stress at support, and we know, again I will make the diagram. Now I will make simply the free body diagram of the beam. So here we have the supports, and this is the UDL, which is 4000 Newton per meter, and the reaction is 12,000 Newton each, and the span is 6 meter. So at support, we know that at support, bending moment is 0. We already know that bending moment will be 0 at support. Why? Because you can see at this point when we calculate the bending moment, then because only one force is there at this point, which is the reaction, and reaction has no distance from this point, so therefore bending moment will be 0. And therefore putting the value of this m in the formula, which is F is equals to m by z. So here m is 0, so therefore bending stress will also be 0. So that is our first solution. Now we will have bending stress at 1.5 meter from the support, which means this is the mid span, and this is at 1.5 meter from the support. So now we are required to find out bending moment at this point. So now as we have to find out bending moment at this point, so we will separate this part of the beam from the whole beam. So here we have in this part, considering this part, we have the reaction and we have the UDL between 1.5 meter length. So calculating the algebraic sum, so bending moment at this point will be 12,000 multiplied by 1.5. So this reaction will be clockwise, so it is creating positive moment. Similarly, moment due to this UDL, which is between 1.5 meter. So total UDL will be 4,000 multiplied by 1.5. So that becomes a total UDL between 1.5 meter length. And where it will concentrate? It will concentrate at center. So from the center, the distance of this point will be 1.5 by 2. So that becomes the formula for bending moment at 1.5 meter distance. So calculating it, we get the bending moment at C. Say I will name this as point C, where we are calculating the bending moment. So, and this is our A point. Okay. So this is how we calculate the bending moment from this formula. And now we can put this value of M in the formula. So bending stress at 1.5 meter distance, again using the same formula. And here now we have the value of M as 13.5 into 10 raised to power 6 Newton mm. We got the value in Newton meter. We can convert this into mm because the stress will be expressed in Newton per mm square. So therefore we can convert this value into Newton mm. So putting the value of m and z here, we get the bending stress at 1.5 meter distance. That will be 108 Newton per mm square. So at this point, bending stress developed because of this bending moment is 108 Newton per mm square. So that is our solution of this second term. Now we will find out the bending moment at the mid-span. Bending moment at the mid-span, we know that when there is a simply supported beam, carrying the UDL over the whole span, and this is the effective length, which is the 6 meter. Now, in this case, if we consider this as L and if we consider this as W, so the bending moment at mid-span is WL square by 8. So we can easily calculate the bending moment at mid-span, which is at this point. So this becomes WL square by 8. So we can directly write the value of, directly write the formula for the midspan. So here we already know the value of W, which is 4000, and L is 6 meter. So putting the value here, we get the bending moment as 18,000 Newton meter, and we can convert this into Newton mm. So it becomes 18 into 10 raised to power 6 Newton per Newton mm. Now here again, we will calculate the bending stress at midspan. Putting the value of M here, we get the bending stress at midspan as 144 Newton per mm square. So with this stress variation also, we can conclude that maximum bending moment will occur at midspan. Why? Because at the support, stress was 0. At 1.5 meter distance, stress was 108 Newton per mm square. And at midspan, it becomes 144 Newton per mm square. Similarly, at this point, again, the stress will be 108 Newton per mm square. And at support, it becomes 0. So the variation of bending moment diagram, which is something like this, will also follow the pattern for the stress also. So here stress is 0. At 1.5 meter distance, stress is 108, and at midspan, where maximum bending moment is there. So because of maximum bending moment, we have maximum bending stress also. So this is how we can interpret, we can understand this result. So that is the solution of example 2. So we will continue our discussion in the next lecture. Thank you.